Sandy Cole is the lead innovation officer at Franklin Temple. She is on the Paul Barron Show talking about their spot XRP ETF and what the future holds. If you don't know who Sandy Cole is, I put together a great video of all of her clips talking about why banks are moving toward tokenization, how long this will take, what blockchains are, and more. If you want to watch it again, you can locate it here. It's been 9 days. Over 28,000 people have watched it, and some have said it's one of the most important movies I've made recently. Let's get right into this chat and talk about XRP, our favorite cryptocurrency. Let's talk about ETFs. I know that you guys just started making ETFs with XRP. I think this is a huge sign for a lot of institutions, especially for XRP in general. But I want to change the subject a bit and talk about that because you guys are now shipping a product with XRP technology in it. This is now available, which is a huge sign for the XRP ledger. What's going on with XRP in general? There's been a bit of a fee war, but you guys came out with a great bold fee. I think it was almost 0.19%. Tell me how it's going so far. It has been great. We work with the Ripple group, so there are many ways we work with them. We can see the value they're adding to the XRP chain and the rest of their community. So we think that, we have an investment team and we run funds that invest in crypto and coins. This is one of the purchases we've liked. It's important to us that clients can get it in an ETF. Another thing we did was add it to our Easy Peasy ETF, which now holds 8 different coins, and XRP is the 4th most important coin in that group of cryptocurrencies. So we can really bring our investment confidence about the chains that we think will be very important in building this new infrastructure for the industry. This is what our Easy Peasy product seems to show. These are the options we can give our clients to give them a wide range of options, or if they just want one coin like XRPZ, they can buy the XRP ETF by itself. Okay, for those of you who don't know, the fee wars are when different exchange-traded funds, ETFs, charge different rates for their services. How much it costs the broker and the company to let you do business, buy shares, and hold those shares. Because of this, the person whose fees are the lowest usually wins a fee war. They can be for up to a certain amount of money or for the first 3 or 6 months. But Franklin Templeton seems to have known they needed to come in lower, which is working out well for them. The other thing they talked about was Franklin Templeton's index funds, which have 8 different types of assets. You can buy one share of something and that will cover those 8 properties. And they say that XRP is ranked 4th on that. This means that any money that goes into that will go to the top 3. Then XRP, I need to check to see what the number is, but it's great to know that is in the top 4 in that. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are likely to be the top 3 in that list. That's just a guess based on what I know, but let me play this. And that adds to the ETFs we already have for Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's kind of the question I have. We've talked to a few fund managers who have recently started XRP ETFs in this country, and all of them have done very well. Do you think that the institutional support on Wall Street and the demand from both institutions and regular people have now brought XRP to the same level as the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs? I believe we are going that way. Okay. It seems like there is a very interesting story going on with fixed coins. One of the few groups that also has its own stable coin is XRP, right? The RLUSD. And I think that gives them a new way to build business around the chain. Finally, don't forget that I believe one of the most exciting things about these new rails is that as more people get used to Web3 models, there will be a huge rise in the number of exchanges between computers. Okay? Yes. Anyway, I think this is a pretty interesting business case when you have your own stable coin and a chain that is already public and has an independent verification network running around it. That's why we've been looking to partner with and do more with Ripple over the last couple of years. Remember that they faced some problems in the US while that case was going on. Also, their business has been growing very quickly outside of the US. We work all over the world, so we've worked with them in Asia for a while now. These things are now beginning to spread to more parts of the world. Wow. Franklin Templeton said they've been working with Ripple for years in some parts of Asia and around the world, but especially in the US now that the law is clear. Now, just to give you a little more background, I was looking into what the 8 cryptos are. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Doge, ADA, XLM, and Link. Yes, Solana would have 3 there. It would be 4 XRP. These are the things that are being worked on. I'm not sure which one, what the other one is, like, what's 5, 6, and 7. There will be a lot of goods like this on the market. I think this is just the beginning. And right now, ETFs are worth about $13 trillion in the US and $18 trillion around the world. And crypto only makes up $150 billion of those $13 to $18 trillion. You can see that this is going to grow very quickly over the next few years. More money and assets will enter the crypto market through these institutional goods. This is a great clip that was made from a bunch of clips. Let's play. I will explain what is going on. A lot of people are interested in stable coins these days. Now, the US Congress has passed the first law at the federal level to control stable coins. We are just bringing our payment method into the present day. What will happen next? When you think about the next big thing in safe coins, I think the market will grow a lot this year. This seems important. People who are interested in safe coins are subject to rules, choice. I enjoy a good beat. We are now seeing stable coins, which are the long-awaited change in the way we pay for things and handle money. Big organizations can now use stable coins thanks to the Genius Act, which was the most important step toward compliance. There's been a huge paradigm shift that will make things clear and safe for the business. Our adoption went through the roof as soon as the new rules came in. We're seeing institutions all over the world really get into safe coin ecosystems and want a piece of the action. Why does that happen? Because it makes it easier to understand how to use these new payment methods and services. Now you can use it for payments, trade finance, and a lot of other things. In the next stage of adoption, usefulness and business use cases will be what drive it. Institutions want assets that are clear, reliable, and well-funded so they can use them in their own processes. It's been interesting to see how many institutions are interested in RLUSD. I think one reason is the DFS rules and Ripple's good track record over the years. A lot of people value RLUSD more than any other stable coin on the market. Banks, corporations, and stores are all getting into the business. All of that demand is really about how useful it is to use programmed money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As a result, we at BCG are very hopeful about safe coins. We think that between 2.5 and 3 trillion US dollars will be in stable coins by 2030. You can picture a world where stable coins are the main way to pay for things and connect people. So things are going to get very exciting in the world of fixed coins. Let's take a moment to figure out where we are. The most important technological change in the history of the world is about to happen in our banking system. Take a moment to really understand that. Also, let the fact that you have a chance to own a piece of that financial system sink in